Hello guys, welcome back. Forgive the post shower here. Um, we had a really amazing day. I've been getting up super early. I don't know why, but I've been getting up super early. We're going somewhere with this. I had a dream, Cliff Notes version. 12 cages in a lab, gigantic cages because they were wolf-sized cages. 6 were empty, 6 were filled, and there was a scientist standing near me. I knew it was Odin. And he looked the way he did in the dream where he was the priest, but he now had a lab coat on, so Owen having funsies. And, he said, you can pick whichever one you want to work with, but you're going to work with all 6. I've done the first 6 experiments for you. I've got those things going on for you. You gotta do this. And the first wolf I looked at, she's this beautiful kind of silver whitish wolf with these amazing gold eyes. And I'm like, that's her. That's Wolf I've seen all my life in my dream. She's like everything to me. And I'm like, I'm going to work with her. So, and it wasn't like hurt the animals. There was like, this wasn't a scientific experiment, but it was meant to tell me this is something you got to do. So I was going to let her out of her cage. And of course, I wake up. And instead of coming on and telling you guys about it, I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing. Went up, and as hard as it was to resist temptation to, not go up like I used to not go up, and, I would say, oh, it's too hard to walk up to the top of the hill, and then I'd end up blowing my money on fast food. I went up and I bought all these packets of dry fruit. And I'm like, I want fruit. I have not had fruit in so long. Like, you don't realize you like it until you don't have easy access. I got blueberries, cherries, apricots, all this fruit. It's like, oh my god, fruit, yes, because I can't order it on Walmart for whatever reason. And come home and I'm doing all this meditation and I'm trying to figure this out. I go back out and guess who's out? And I give him a nod because I'm like, we know the friendship's over. And she calls to me. And all that reading in me came out about being polite, being neighborly, so I walk down their driveway, I turn around, walk down their driveway. I sit down since she offered me a seat, and I could just feel their energy. They really didn't want me there. They don't even like me at this point. In fact, they were both eating, and he starts eating almost like this comical, like almost like somebody who never ate before. Like he's like putting food in his mouth as fast as he possibly can. Like he can't wait up to get up and leave. And I've often told people I think they're space aliens. Not like literal space aliens, but they act like people who never saw humans and don't quite know how we act. That's how they've always come off to me. And she says, well, what's new? I said, nothing really. And I asked her if she knew about the helicopters. She did. And I don't know if she's older and confused or she just vapes out, but she asked me if I heard about the helicopters. And I said, no, I don't know what they were. And they were both quiet and just sitting there. And I'm like, well, they're done with me. So I excused myself and I went and I got my cheese and, came home. And as I'm walking home, they're both talking theatrically loud. I mean, they don't talk this loud. They really don't. Theatrically loud so I can hear it. And I'm just tuning him out because I'm like, he's trying to rile me up. I don't even care at this point. I come home and I'm trying to do stuff with Wolf. And then I'm like, maybe I'm doing too much Wolf. I gotta let something go. Maybe that's what this dream's about. Maybe this dream's about letting Wolf go. So I unsub for my Wolf thing, which I'll just have to go back and sub later. I unsub from like the Wolf Conservation Society. I'm like, maybe he's telling me grow up everything. For some reason, I decided to look up letting stuff go. And this masterclass thing comes up from Oprah. And it just made sense. And this is where I tell you to be very careful when you pray to Odin. Okay, because I've been praying to Odin, saying, if you could only knock those posters down, All Father, because I don't want to lose my wallpaper. And Odin's like, baby, you got this. I'm not knocking those posters down for you. And so I got all 3 posters down. There's a little tape up at the very, very top left, and it doesn't look great, but it looks a hell of a lot better than 3 posters, and I know the posters are gone, so that tape's invited to stay for a while. And everything else is just getting picked out bit by bit because he's being merciful. He's like, not all at once, not all at once, as long as you're making steady forward progress. And it's starting to look like an adult woman's kitchen, like something someone my age should actually have. So all the stuff I was holding on to is going out. And there's a strange, before you ask, well, why aren't you donating it? There's this rule in the state about stuff you can't donate because if you've had a cold or a flu or God knows what, germs, blah. So it's all going out. And I turned around as I'm taking the garbage out and I look and I'm like, this looks like an adult's kitchen. The kitchen of an adult that pays taxes, which it is. I'm like, I actually think I like it. And Odin and I have just been going back and forth, but that Oprah video kind of helped me let it go. And it was a major step forward for me because it's not the things. It's not the things. It's not, oh, you let go of a bunch of tchotchkes. Good for you. It was just letting go of everything and surrendering. And I'm thinking of it and I'm thinking, well, if God the Father Almighty didn't come down and take me away from Odin, then Odin's the one I'm meant to be with. Loki too. Before I hear any back here. And I should be surrendering to Odin and going with Odin's work. I'm kind of scared of where Odin's going with this, and he knows it, but he's being kind. He's like a little bit at a time. I'm not asking you to do it all at once. I'm saying a little at a time. And he has been telling me, and he's right, he's like, the more you let go of this stuff from your past and just throw it all out, the more room the universe has to put new stuff in there, because how can the universe give me something else if I'm holding on to all this stuff with a death grip? And I'm like, you got a point, you got a point. So it's going a little at a time. I'm not going minimalist. It's just, it's going, and once it's gone, it's gone. Once I can look at it and go, I'm not attached to that anymore, it goes out, it's not coming back. Even if Scott Cawthon would contact me on the phone and go, you know what? I will pay you $1 million to go back to that channel. I would say, Scott, I'm sorry, but I will throat punch the next animatronic at sea. It's nothing personal. I can't stand them anymore. I got burnt out and I never want to play them again. So, I just couldn't do it. And I'm like, I have to let go of that. That's not my future. That's the past. I'm letting go of it. Thankfully, that dumpster fire of a channel generates an income, a little pittance of an income twice a year before you guys are like, oh, I bet she's rich because she's on YouTube. No, twice a year is that. But remember, I also have my side hustles. I have the articles I wrote and whatnot. So, and those aren't doing great either, but like twice a year I get a pittance. So, it is a thing about trusting the gods, of surrendering to them. I keep looking at Loki. And Loki's just like, and they're both on this Game of Thrones kick. I don't know why. I have no idea. Odin likes the White Walkers, and there was this video. I linked to it for you from Patreon. That I'm sure all of you have seen, and like we've been vaguely not binging, but watching like a little, Game of Thrones here and there. So it's been really transformative and letting go of stuff and realizing that, if I want to improve and move ahead, I have to let go of a lot of stuff. And I'm kind of excited to do the rest. And Odin's like, baby, just a little bit at a time, and we'll get there. So I understand what he means, because I had what I used to call the wall of awesome when I was on the old channel. The wall of awesome is being dismantled. It's like, it has to go. It really does. You can't hold on to the past forever. And this stuff was made so crap. It's never been touched. It's been treated as collectibles, and it's kind of looking like as it sits there, and I'm like, wow, they did not bother to put quality into that even a little bit. I have plush foxes older than that still look brand new, and this stuff looks like, Fox Terrier played with it. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm really happy. It's time to, let go of stuff and surrender. And I just surrendered everything. I surrendered the idea of, all the stuff I've been after him for. that I haven't made a secret of. And I'm letting it go and I'm giving it to the universe, Odin, whomever, the tree outside, I don't care. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.